Mother.
Sit up straight. Look at this, Ben. What am I meant to do with this?
Oh, it's not that bad.
You and your partner are having a child, I hear.
Yeah.
You're having it yourself?
Hey.
You want to rub it like a Buddha statue? Think it'll bring you some luck? This is show business, Ben. Image is everything. You know that.
It's not that bad.
Maybe makeup can make you look more presentable.
I've already been to makeup.
I'm a publicist, not a miracle worker. This is like trying to bail water out of the Titanic when its butt's already in the air.
Big butt.
You would know. Luckily, you've got the one thing needed in this business to make it.
Talent.
A TV slot. But this, we'll get there. Oh, smile at least.
Welcome to Live from St Kilda. Make some noise for your host, it's Ben Murphy.
Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining me for your night. I really do appreciate it. And also a big thanks to all those people who've sent some really lovely messages to myself and the team at Live from St Kilda. And all of our viewers out there with birthdays this week, happy birthday! You're all a Sagittarius, the sign of the Archer, which according to the zodiac means that you are ruled by the planet Jupiter. Jupiter and I actually have a lot in common. We're both big, round masses, surrounded by stars, yet aren't ones ourselves. And we each have a big red spot. I'm not going to show you where mine is, though. Jupiter is also known for its moons. Some are gigantic. I'm also known for my gigantic moon, but at least it's waxed and presentable. I'm joking, I don't wax. Gross. It's lasered. Today also happens to be Ozzy Osbourne's birthday. Sharon! Ozzy Osbourne is a great figure of a certain generation. He reminds me of the good old days when you could just eat a bat without having to think about global disaster. A well-known cricketer recently got diagnosed with COVID. Yeah, he also caught it right off the bat. Too soon? Oh, come on, no one actually believes COVID came from someone eating a bat, do they? Though where else could it come from? Speaking of seamless segues, moving to the internet, today is World Trick Shot Day. For those who don't know, a trick shot is like a basketball goal that appears in your everyday life. For example, right here, this man just tossed the ball behind him and it landed in the hoop. It doesn't look that hard. I reckon I can do it with my eyes closed. Check it out. Ah, look at that! Nailed it! I have absolutely perfect aim. It's also International Day of Persons with Disabilities. It's a day to celebrate diversity and look into what you can do to be more accommodating to those living with a disability. Though my mother, who due to some health issues often has to spend a lot of time of hers getting around in a wheelchair, says she hasn't noticed any difference in accessibility when she is in the chair. These are real photos of my mother, Karen. Here we are for a fun day out at Cryall Castle. We loved it. Mum enjoyed the view of the parking lot, but we got inside and had a lot of fun. She stayed out there for the day. Oh, and our favourite, this is Pentridge Jail. Mum really enjoyed the ground floor. That was the highlight for Mum. For some reason, she didn't want to visit the other levels. Weird. One comedian that has been pushing boundaries from his incredible work in the Doug Anthony All-Stars to playing Frankenfurter and Rocky Horror to the host of the best TV show ever, well, the second best TV show ever, Don't Forget Your Toothbrush, Tim Ferguson, has faced many challenges in his life. Now living with MS and using a wheelchair, he proves that no condition or difference can prevent you from being relatable and funny. Today, we will also be joined by Issie Hart, operatic performer. So sit back, relax, and remember, it ain't over until the gorgeous lady sings.
Time to feel some rhythm, peeps. It's St Kilda Beats.
Melbourne-based artist Alias has teamed up with Rebecca Cutterman and Nathan Sinclair for a beautiful rendition of Crowded House's Don't Dream It's Over. Rebecca's angelic vocals are transportative, so if you find yourself sporting a halo and being surrounded by clouds, the ballad has done its work. Their Instagram post captures the versatility of music recording and that you don't need to be in the same room to share the same musical energy with someone else. I think I must have similar energy. People don't seem to want to be in the same room as me when I sing either. I must also be amazing. Anyway, joining us now are the angels themselves, Rebecca and Alias. Hello!
Hi, Ben.
Hey, Ben.
Alias and Cardamom here. Good to see you. Unfortunately, because of COVID restrictions, we can look, but we can't touch.
Oh, no. We're so excited to share our cover of Crowded House. Don't dream it's over. It was so much fun to do.
And shout out to Nathan Sinclair on guitar.
They come to build a wall between us. We know they won't win.
Now I'm towing my car. There's a hole in the roof. My possessions are causing me suspicion, but there's no proof.
Oh, that was excellent, guys. Thank you so much.
Our pleasure, Ben. Thanks for having us.
And hopefully we'll see you in the studio soon.
See you guys. You can follow them on the socials at Avocadoman and Alia Sounds.
Time for more fun, so let's go with some random game show!
I swear, week after week, Tony's voiceovers get weirder and weirder. Hey, Tony, what have we got playing today?
Ben, today's first contestant is an actor from Vegas who failed stand-up comedy. Welcome, Daniel!
Hey, Daniel, how are you?
His challenger today is a comedian from Preston who claims to be an expert gamer. Let's say hi to Jez!
And what are we playing for today, Tony?
Ben, today's champion will receive a $100 voucher from our fabulous sponsor, Relax and Play, Melbourne's #1 kids-friendly family entertainment centre.
What an incredible prize. I wish you both the best of luck. Here we go. What does Kevin Costner and Steve Martin have in common? Both started their careers in stand-up comedy, both worked at Disneyland before hitting the big time, or both had a romantic crush on Minnie Mouse? Yes, you were
both
first.
worked in Disneyland.
Correct! Woo! Steve Martin worked as a musician and magician, and Kevin Costner was a skipper on the Jungle Cruise. There you go. All right. What does Val Kilmer and Johnny Depp have in common? They both claim to be karaoke, both turned down the role of Johnny in Dirty Dancing, or both travelled with their pets on private jets. Yes, Jess, you were in first.
Let's lock in those pets on jets.
Oh, no, they both... Oh, yes. No, they both claim to have... I've got it right here in front of me and I can't read it. It's my dyslexia. Sorry, I have a speech impediment. Never mind. No, they both claim to have karaoke and that word. Although there's no evidence to support Johnny Depp even after having a DNA test. Okay, what does Whoopi Goldberg and Cher have in common? Is it they invested in cannabis for medical marijuana, they struggled in school with dyslexia, or they washed their face with Evian? Jez, you were in first.
Let's lock in the weed answer A.
Someone who watches this show a lot. It's the only way to watch it. No, it's dyslexia. Only as an adult did they discover their learning disabilities were due to dyslexia. There you go. Okay, question number 4. We've got Daniel's in the lead at 3 at the moment, because if it's an incorrect answer, so go, Daniel! Yeah. You may be a failed comedian, but you're not failing here on Channel 31.
Thanks,
Exciting
love
stuff.
that.
All right, what does Matthew Mcconaughey and Ryan Gosling have in common? Both were named People's Magazine's Sexiest Man Alive, same as me. Both sold their underwear on Craigslist, or both dated Sandra Bullock. Yes!
The weed answer. So I'm going to lock in Sandra Bullock.
Correct! They both dated Sandra Bullock. All right, here we go. Our final question. We've got 3 on Dan and Jez on 1. You know what? It doesn't matter if we ask the next question because there's no chance you can win. So that means our winner is Dan, ladies and gentlemen! He's $100 voucher. But while I go and try and free Britney, here is your You Go Think. It has some music notes, a flag of some sort, and a sad emoji. Aww. Back soon with Tim Ferguson and the Melbourne Follies. And it seems I am 3 weeks late. Britney is finally free. I guess I should leave Britney alone. Your You Go Think clue was some more music notes, a flag, and a sad emoji. Oh. It was Les Miserables, which translates to The Miserables, which is how the audience felt after seeing Russell Crowe sing.
This is Chit Chat.
From his novels Left, Right and Centre, A Tale of Greed, along with sex and power, to the role of Frankenfurter in the Rocky Horror stage show, the masterful hosting of a program I still think about to this day, Don't Forget Your Toothbrush, running for political candidacy, several movies under his belt, and of course, the Doug Anthony All-Stars. Please welcome a guest that I am beyond excited to chat with, Tim Ferguson!
Hey, hi everyone. Hi Ben. Awesome to be here.
Oh, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. Hey, I've got to say, my parents and my family were kind of obsessed with you, especially the Don't Forget Your Toothbrush days. My parents were down in Sydney and they happened to see you at Star Casino. And my dad pulled out the camcorder, stood on one side of the room, and my mum walked up behind you while you were in the middle of a conversation, stood there and waved. And there's footage of her standing there and you in deeper conversation, and these just strange people filming you. How do you handle that kind of fame?
Oh, well, it's not you. I mean, you only have to remind yourself that you're famous on planet Earth, which is tiny. It's on the western spiral arm of the Milky Way galaxy, which is one galaxy amongst billions. So I don't know how people get, so confident about their talents just because they're well known to Earthlings.
But that must be a particularly weird level of fame, even for us mere Earthlings, to be sat there and have weird Queenslanders stalking you and filming you.
Well, that was the only time that's ever happened, and I did call for security to have them removed. I mean, sometimes, you just got to toe a hard line, particularly if they're from Queensland. Most Queensland people are okay with being dragged off by security because they understand the problem.
Your comedy's always been kind of biting. In your recent Doug Anthony All-Stars specials, there's some great moments where you're falling out of your wheelchair and Paul McDermott's pushing you up. And then you talk about travelling on aircraft with a disability in a wheelchair. When does that sort of personal tragedy become funny? Does it take, is it grieving time, or you can get straight into it?
Oh, straight away. I mean, that material, the little routine about, oh yeah, you're going through airports quickly.
Yeah.
In a wheelchair is like everybody should do it because you just go straight through. And if you get held up, I just tilt a bit and, we go straight through. So it's just pointing out the truth.
Do you think with recent events and things happening around the world, people getting told they can't laugh at things more and more? Because I know if you go to a DAS performance, you'll see the audience laughed uproariously and then immediately they're like, oh, I can't laugh at this. Are they allowed to?
Yeah, quite often. In fact, as you did, people will cover their faces. They'll cover their mouths. In fact, the higher up their hand goes on their face, then the more they know they shouldn't be laughing. But if they're laughing, somewhere in their brain, they're agreeing with the truth that's being imparted. And that's why they cover their faces. It's like, my God, I hope nobody notices I'm actually finding this amusing. But it's our job. People may complain about whether it's Hannah Gadsby or whether they complain about Dave Chappelle, which is the current minor kerfuffle in comedy. No matter which side of the fence you're on, you have to admire both comedians who are both speaking their truth in funny ways.
And you've gone from one subjective thing, comedy, to another subjective art. You've started dabbling in art, another thing for people to judge. Do you enjoy putting yourself out there for people to judge you?
Yes, I've got art. There's a Michael Scott masterpiece behind me, but I've got art around the place. Yes, I've been doing art exhibitions, and it's great fun. It's good fun. I mean, I never claimed to be able to paint or draw because I didn't go to art school because I had other shit to do. But it's great fun doing art and having people buying art all over the world thanks to the internet. Get rid of a lot of art in America and the UK, through Europe, Asia. It's fun knowing that you've drawn something that's on someone else's wall, whether it makes sense or not.
You have one piece of art titled Kid I Hated at School. Do you think that kid has it hanging in their bedroom?
No, I haven't told any of those kids that piece of art is out there. Because they know who they are.
Speaking of bullies, you went into politics. What world is full of narcissistic egos more, comedy or politics?
Oh, it's got to be comedy. Comedy people are terrible. Comedians, go to the comedy festival in Melbourne, go up to the comedy festival bar. If you can get there, it's very hard with a wheelchair. So much for accessibility, inclusion and diversity. But if you go up, you'll see sort of tables of these people looking very pleased with themselves, and they will all be comedians who for some reason want to hang around each other. If you're a comedian with half a brain, you go and talk to the people, your customers, your fans. Go talk to them. They're far more interesting, and they'll have a more interesting perspective on things than just whatever comedians come up with.
And that sound means it's time to play This or That. Tim, 60 seconds on the clock. As many This or That questions as you can. Tim, are you ready?
No, not at all. I was never ready. I was ready. No, I was born slightly after I was ready.
Your time starts now. Which is stronger, Doug Anthony All-Stars in the 90s or today?
Oh, the All-Stars now. You got to stay contemporary.
Creating comedy or watching comedy?
Creating comedy is much more fun, if only because nobody tells you to turn it down.
Performing or painting?
It's got to be performing. Just because with painting, you're doing it by yourself, and the applause comes way too late.
Would a show like Don't Forget Your Toothbrush work today? Yes or no?
No, it wouldn't work. It's way too expensive. We just cost a fortune. I mean, it cost a fortune making that show.
I imagine a little bit like this. Would you rather be the most famous person in the room or the least?
I'd always rather be the most famous. That way you can talk to anybody and you can sort of jump the queue and pretend that you've just started a conversation with the person at the head of the queue.
Doug Anthony All-Stars with Flacco or with Richard?
Oh, Flacco or Richard. Look, I'd like to have them both because, you know, Richard brings conversations and Flacco brings whatever the hell he brings. Not even quite sure, but it's very amusing.
Does pineapple belong on pizza, yes or no?
Pineapple has every chance of being on pizzas, but only in countries that have no culture, like Australia.
Yeah! And finally, can we look forward to seeing Tim Ferguson on a stage in 2022?
On 2022 you will. In fact, you can see me on stage in 2021. I'm coming to Melbourne on the 30th November, playing at The Forum in town. Tickets are on sale. Right now, it's a show called Fast Life on Wheels, about my very fast life on, you know, this is part of a wheelchair. Because I'm in a wheelchair. So it's about, you know, basically taking the piss.
Is that what that was? I thought it was a Dr. Evil chair because you got the cat in the background.
At first, I look a little bit like, Princess Leia. But yeah, a bit of a cat. I've got a cat and a dog on standby, but they're not working today.
And we are out of time. You can find all of Tim's incredible books, movies, comedy, videos, and audio, and his works of art, along with links to his hilarious political satire through his website, cheekymonkeycomedy.com. That's cheekymonkeycomedy.com. And see his brilliant new show, Fast Life on Wheels, at the Forum on November 30. Tim Ferguson, it's been an absolute joy.
Thanks, Ben, and thank you, everyone at Channel 31.
Now, whilst I go play hide-and-go-seek with my nephew, here is your clue. It's two male faces, one with dark hair, one with blonde hair, a tent and a hill. See you in a minute! Well, I hid and waited, but it seems no one was seeking me. Boo. Your clue was two men, a tent and a hill. It was, of course, Brokeback Mountain. We'll help you out. Who's your favourite current chat show host in Australia with a show called Live from St Kilda?
I want to say you, but don't know your name.
Oh, that's it. Well, what do you think of Ben Murphy?
He's a good guy.
He's good. But what do you think about the latest controversy that Ben's been facing?
Very messy, very messy.
Very messy. Do you think he'll overcome that?
Yeah, I back him in.
What's the worst thing that Ben Murphy has ever done? It's this interview! I am super excited to welcome to the stage a talent who's been a fan favourite at fringe festivals all around the world. They are the director of the new Ballarat Cabaret Festival. Please welcome the operating talent of Issie Hart!
Hello! Thank you for having me. It's lovely to meet you.
It's so nice to meet you too. I've followed your career for a few years, seen you at a few performances, and it's great to be here. Have you here? Well, it's great for me to be here too. But you're the new director of the Ballarat Cabaret Festival.
Yes, we are bringing the Cabaret Festival back.
Yes!
We're very excited about it. We're doing lots of exciting things online over the next few months, and then we're going to have an in-person live fabulous weekend of cabaret at the end of next year.
Oh,
and
bring on live cabaret.
Find us at the BallaratCabaretFestival.com.
We'll do. I'm super excited because even though some people have to wait to go and see the live performances, I get to see a live performance tonight. What are we seeing?
You do get to see a live performance tonight. So I'm going to share with you an aria from the opera Madame Butterfly.
Oh, gorgeous.
And this is a little piece that I made when we were all in lockdown. And the reason why I really connected with Madame Butterfly, and I think her story is worth sharing, is because she's a character that, despite everything going wrong all around her, she really remains committed to hope and her belief that she's going to get through things and everything works out okay. And look, no spoilers, but it is an opera. It doesn't always work out great in the end of an opera, but we're not thinking about that for now.
Ooh.
We're just going to focus on this beautiful moment where Madame Butterfly says that one fine day the ship will come in and everything will be restored and life will continue as it once was.
Well, I can't wait, and I'm sure you at home can't wait either. So I'm going to let you get ready. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together, even you at home, for the talents of Issie Hart! Hart. Thanks so much to all our guests tonight. I'll be back next week with an in-studio performance from Patrick's School of Arts, and the producer of such hits as Clickbait and Fire's Tony Ayres will be in the Chit Chat Chair. Until then, look after yourselves and one another. I'm Ben Murphy. Bye-bye for now! Oh, that was good.